Mic check. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is the King and I Life podcast, hosted by me, your man, Soul Toucher the Poet, and my brother,
Son Soul X.
Yo, we are back, getting into 2022. You know how to get at us, www.KingAndEyeLife.com. Son Soul X, what you got for them?
You guys can also reach out to us at our email, which is KingAndEye369@gmail.com. Again, that's KingAndEye369@gmail.com. Again, we just want to thank you guys for all the support and positive feedback. Again, we're just now getting into this year, so we're expecting to do big things. We're behind the scene making things happen, but again, we've learned not to announce anything until it's done.
I know that's right. Yo, that is crucial out here.
Yes, sir.
Definitely gotta keep a good, nice little pulse on that because, hey, we get excited, we want to throw things out there, and then it's like curveballs come hard.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna jump into this topic. We're gonna be talking about friends and the decisions that they make. We was chopping it up last week and thought this would be a good topic.
Yes, sir. And it's funny, we just start. Well, what it was a friend of mine. I'm not gonna mention any names or anything, but they keep making counterproductive decisions, and they're asking me and some more of my other friends, what do we think they should do? So lo and behold, they still do exactly the opposite of what we suggest they do. So I was discussing it with Soul Toucher, and that brought us to this point here.
Right. And it's not like we are the end all know all, but it's just like if your friends, family, or whatever come to you for your insight, input, advice, or you observe them making these decisions, it's like, yo, I don't think that's a good idea, whatever the case may be. But, it's oftentimes where people just keep making these decisions over or not making the proper decisions. And it's like, at what point, especially when you are mid-20s, 30s, and definitely in your 40s going into your 50s, it's like, yo, really?
Yes, definitely. Again, like Soul Toucher was saying, we are not definitely the definition or the dictionary when it comes down to certain things. We don't know it all, but it's kind of hard when you watch your friends go through a continuous cycle of making bad decisions, and it's kind of like you want to help them, but you can't. Mm-hmm. But anyway, friends and the decisions that they make. We are in an age where friends can really help or really harm you. We as friends sometimes make bad decisions without thinking of our friends, or even though our choices may affect our friends. How do we handle friends where they get out of line or cross lines that we thought shouldn't ever be crossed? Can we ever be friends again if we split on bad terms? Some friendships can't be healed, so how do you move on from those situations?
Several questions to be answered. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. I don't know. If I could sum those couple of questions up to a quick answer right up front. When my friends or families or whatever, if they're making bad decisions that affect them, that doesn't, for me, there's no lines crossed. There's no reason for us to split on bad terms or anything for us to heal.
Right.
If that person is making bad decisions that only affect them, and what I mean by that is, I'm not concerned about anybody else in their circle, that whatever the case may be. But if I see that their bad choices are affecting them, and I don't say I don't care about everybody else in that circle. What I mean is, I'm observing this person doing stuff that, like, self-destructive stuff. If I get to the point where it's just irritating to me, I'll just fall back. It's nothing to break friendship or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, I can't stress over your poor decisions, and that goes for friends, family, siblings, children, all that. I'm just gonna fall back and let you do you. If you bring it back around and get your stuff together, cool. If not, cool. Because peace of mind is everything for me.
Definitely. I'll say, looking at the subject matter, when I was younger, a lot of my friends made horrible decisions that sometimes often affected other friends. I'll give you an example. I had friends who would always find themselves in trouble with the law. So that would mean, being a responsible friend, you do everything you can to get your friend out of jail. And of course, that means you have to spend bread sometimes, mostly all the time.
I doing it.
As someone in this age bracket, meaning, the 40 age bracket, I don't have friends who make those type of decisions anymore. But I still have friends who, when it comes down to relationships, they perhaps don't make the best decisions. But I feel like I've had situations where some friends, we just had to part ways. I hate it had to be like that, but when you see friends start making decisions where they obviously don't care about, our friendship, then it's pretty much, I can't hold a situation together if you're choosing to continuously bring things in between us to separate us. Mm. But I'll get into more of those situations as we go on with the conversation.
Yeah. So before we really jump deep into the conversation, or however, I was watching the Breakfast Club last week, and TK Kirkland was on there. And, I often see him on, mostly on Vlad TV, and he gives, or whatever interview he's being interviewed, but mostly I see him on Vlad TV, but he's always dropping some serious gems. And when he was on Breakfast Club last week, he dropped, a gem, and I had to just stop the video because I did not want to get too far past the part that he spoke that stuck out to me, and it kind of relates to this topic. So I'm gonna drop this clip right quick, and then we just gonna get into our conversation.
All right, bet that.
My kids know to keep me in the house. Yeah. But I work out so much, I take care of my body so much, I'm hoping that I can really not go that route in life, because what I explain on these shows and other shows is not how well you live, is how well you die.
Break that down a little more.
See, because I've seen so many people so successful their whole life, but they die lonely in a home somewhere, no money, the children don't come see you, or you think your children was going to take care of you when you get older, and the kids just take you somewhere and abandon you. So I always tell people, bet on yourself, take care of your body, so you don't really put your children in a position to really call they bluff.
Wow.
See, a lot of people be thinking their children going to look out for them.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of that stood out to me because when you look at friends and family and the decisions that they make, a lot of them ain't taking care of themselves. And then that goes to what you were saying about people who make bad choices in relationships. It's like you're not taking good care of yourself. And like he said, it's not how you live, it's how you die. I mean, it's cool to live good, but if you are not living good in the sense of you're taking care of yourself to when you get to that point where it's time to die, then it's like you made a whole lot of bad decisions.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was totally feeling that. What really brought it home for me was when he was saying, you know, some people are depending on their kids to eventually look out for them. But, you know, that's not always the case because their kids are obviously into different things. And, you know, that bond was not there while your kids were growing up. So you're thinking as one thing and your kid's like, no, it's not like that.
And, you know, sometimes it's not even the bond. It's like some of these kids just don't have it together, period. And let's just say, you know, you live in your life, you think you're doing everything that you should be doing or whatever the case may be. And let's just say you're not taking care of yourself in certain aspects and you see your child is definitely not taking care of themselves. You definitely can't expect them to make good decisions on your behalf. It's like they don't even make good decisions for their life. So it's like, damn, I you know, you here, you my child. I would hope that you made decisions, lived your life to not only honor my legacy, but to live a productive life. Like, just make good decisions. It's like you look at them and sometimes you be like, are you my child? Like, I don't remember making piss poor decisions like that.
Yeah, definitely. I have some friends, you know, where their kids really, it's like one of those apples that fell far, far, far from the tree. Because you look at the parent or you know the parent and you be like, now this is someone who has been responsible, you know, may have not been the best parent, you know, in the world or anything, but at least they were responsible when it came down to, you know, the well-being of their children.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing you know, their kids are basically screwing them over, meaning when it comes down to financial situations or perhaps not being honest, going out of their way to get in trouble. And then when you as a parent come and rescue them, they leave you hanging, meaning they leave you with more debt than what you know, can really afford, so on and so forth, things along that line.
Well, I can tell you right now, I refuse to allow a child or allow myself to go in debt over a child. Because from birth to you 18, we working this out on how you should or how you should live your life, whether it's my input, your input, our input, you know, group decision, group talk, whatever the case may be. But once you start smelling your ass, then you. Now I can understand helping you out here and there when stuff comes up that you ain't prepared for, or, you know, all of a sudden, you know, stuff like that. But if you are out there deliberately making piss poor decisions and not taking responsibility or accountability for your piss poor decisions and blaming everybody else, I really got nothing for you. And that especially comes with friends, because it's like, yeah, you're friends, but at some point, you still a grown up. Like, you really a grown up. And I just don't get it.
So true. I have one friend who comes from a well-to-do family,